Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel today, guys. And coming right up for you, we have some big words indeed from the departed Ronald Koeman, who has been speaking out there on his sacking from Barcelona. He's been speaking out as well about his relationship with the president, Joan Laporta. He also spoke in some detail about Messi's exit from the club, and he raised questions about that exit. And there was one quote in particular here, and words I feel that were very unnecessary, and have actually made me quite angry when it comes to Koeman's words on Xavi. We are going to be discussing them all in some detail. So let's get to it. Because of course, Ronald Koeman was sacked as the Barça coach at the end of October in 2021 following defeat there to Rayo Vallecano in La Liga. That result there left Barça slumped in 9th in La Liga, which was a result of one of the worst league starts in Barca's entire history. And to be honest, I have been expecting now for quite some time Koeman to come out with an interview like this. I'm actually surprised in some ways that it's taken this long, because you remember, he's no stranger to talking to the press. Even during his time as the Barca coach, he'd often speak out against the club, even against the president who was above him. He was not a stranger there when it came to interviews and documentaries in the media. And if we do kick off with Koeman here talking about his time at the club, his exit, and looking back on it now, how does he feel? Koeman said, "I really wanted to succeed as coach of Barcelona, to do everything I could to make that happen. But," he said, "I realised that Laporta wanted to get rid of me because I wasn't appointed by him." And I think already, before we even go into the more controversial stuff that Koeman is about to say, you've said it right there. Laporta did not appoint you. And I think no matter how Koeman feels towards Laporta, how he feels about the treatment, we're going to come on to that very shortly, but you have to remember here, Joan Laporta never picked you as his coach. He never wanted you as his coach. Yes, it seems harsh to say it, but this is football. It is a very harsh business to be in. And when a new president comes in, he wants to start a new era, he wants to build something of his own. Can you really begrudge him of wanting to bring in his own man, his own coach, especially when, let's face it, it's not like he was sacking a guy here who was doing perfectly, who was doing everything so well that you could say, well, no, there's no way you could change, there's no way you could sack Koeman because he's doing brilliantly. This is a guy who, not even looking at this season, but last season, let's not forget, even with Messi, we still finished 3rd in La Liga. Koeman then went on to say, "They didn't give me the time that they've given to the new coach Xavi. Every coach needs time and patience from the board, but I didn't have that." And again there, I just don't understand that quote. Because for me, and I think for many of us Barcelona fans, we actually criticise Joan Laporta for giving Koeman too much time. Because just imagine, had we actually sacked him a bit sooner, we would have had a lot more time and a lot less ground to make up, perhaps, in La Liga this season. So when Koeman says there, "I didn't have the time that they're giving Xavi," what time has Xavi got here? He's come in. He was in the midst of all of this chaos, all of this disaster, and actually, in a very short space of time, he's been able to start to turn things around. So to say there that Xavi has somehow been given way more time and opportunities than Koeman, again, I don't understand. I'm sorry, Ronald. I just don't understand where you're coming from with those words. And then, of course, Koeman mentions Messi. He said, "It was at the insistence of the club's management that I agreed to the departure of some players to get the finances in order." But he said, when you see someone being brought in for 55 million euros in Ferran Torres shortly after letting Lionel Messi go, it's then you wonder if something else wasn't going on. Why did Messi have to go? And I think this here is a really clever quote from Koeman, because I think there he's dropped Messi's name. He's sort of tried to instigate there some controversy, almost to bring all this back up, because we all know it's a very raw, it's still a very difficult topic to actually meet head on, Messi's exit from the club. But look at those words from Koeman. Ferran Torres' arrival, Messi's exit. Those two are not connected. They have nothing to do with each other. Because let's not forget, it's not about transfer fees. Koeman says they're about spending 55 million. It was nothing to do with transfer money. It was to do with wages. It was the salary cap that prevented Messi from staying at the club. And of course, there's plenty of questions that you can ask about that. And I'm not denying that by any means at all. But again, Koeman's words there are designed to create controversy, to create noise, to create a distraction, when right now, We don't need one. Koeman then said, it is painful for me right now. He said, I was working with a lot of injured players. He said, now Pedri is back to fitness and Ousmane Dembele is back. He said, you can see everything falling into place. And Koeman said, I would have liked to have those new signings too. But again, yes, I can understand Koeman feeling a bit hard done by. We did have plenty of injury problems. We have had some really important new signings. Nobody is denying that. Nobody is taking that away from Koeman or whatever. But what I would say is, I'm sure that Xavi would have liked the opportunity to coach Lionel Messi. Let's not forget, like I say, Koeman had that. He had Messi, he had Griezmann, he had these world-class players at his disposal, and I'm sure if you turned around to Xavi and said, would you have liked Messi? He would have said, yes, of course I would have. So yes, Koeman may not have had some things, but let's not make out here like he had nothing for his entire coaching career at Barça. But Koeman continued. He said, I was not Laporta's coach. I had a feeling from the very first moment after the elections, we did not click. The necessary support from above was missing, and he said, you won't see me at the camp now anytime soon. You won't see me there for a while. I can't do that yet. With this president, I can't pretend that nothing happened. So Koeman there, clearly the relationship with Laporta completely broken down, unlikely to be repaired anytime soon. But for me, it's this quote here. It was these words right here from Koeman that really did strike me, and this was not right. For him to say this, he said, Laporta told me 1,000 times that Xavi wouldn't be his coach because he lacked experience. And there was no reason for that. There is no reason at all for Ronald Koeman to go to the media and air that to the world. Because look, if you want to attack Joan Laporta, fine. If you feel hard done by, if you feel mistreated by the president, that is fine. But now, to bring Xavi into it is completely unfair. Xavi has done nothing to you, and all this quote is designed to do is to hurt Xavi, to maybe create doubt around the club again, to create noise about whether Laporta wanted Xavi, about whether he trusted him, and all of this stuff, which is nonsense anyway, because Laporta, I feel, would have been very, very open in telling Xavi many times, I would like you, in an ideal world, to have more experience. I don't think he would have hid that from Xavi, but the moment came where Laporta and Xavi together took that risk. They both made that choice to make Xavi Barça coach now, and they were together on that. So Koeman here coming out with that kind of comment, which to me seems like a spiteful one. I would almost look at that and think, you know what, is Koeman a bit jealous of Xavi? A bit jealous now of that relationship that clearly is going well with Laporta? And I just found that really, really unnecessary there. And again, we don't want noise right now. We are doing very well as a team. We've turned the page. We're moving forward. We're moving on. And we don't need any of this stuff here. These words being circulated in a negative way in the media. And that's why today, I just wanted to bring you those quotes there, discuss them amongst us there, and hopefully just put them behind us. Because I don't feel now like I want to be disrespectful to Koeman. You know, I appreciate the time that he spent here as both a player and a coach. I think there deserves to be respect on both sides. But I just really do wish here he hadn't chosen to bring Xavi's name into it, hadn't chosen there to put him in the centre of some of these words. That was really, really unnecessary. But what do you make of it? What do you think there of the words from Koeman on his sacking, on Messi's exit, and all of these different things? Please do let me know what you felt about these words down below. I didn't expect these words. I didn't expect, like I say, to be making this video today. But all in all, I am not surprised that we are now hearing, and it probably won't be the last that we hear from Ronald Koeman. Let me know your thoughts below. I will, of course, see you soon. And I thank you indeed for watching and for supporting. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.